In fighting and in everyday life you should be determined though calm. En. Miyamoto Musashi. Miyamoto Musashi, often revered as Japan's greatest swordsman, imparted wisdom that extends beyond the martial arts to the philosophy of life. His advice to be determined though calm suggests a balance between unwavering resolve and a serene composure. In combat, such an approach allows a fighter to maintain clarity of thought and control over their actions, even amidst the chaos of battle. The calmness enables strategic thinking and the prevention of rash decisions that can lead to defeat. Determination provides the drive and perseverance necessary to overcome obstacles and to push through adversity. Applied to everyday life, this principle encourages one to approach challenges with a steadfast heart and a peaceful mind. It's about having the passion and commitment to pursue goals while also possessing the patience and tranquility to deal with stress and change effectively. Musashi's guidance promotes a harmonious way of living, where one's inner resolve and outward tranquility are in unison, leading to thoughtful actions and a resilient spirit. It's a call to pursue our endeavors with both dedication and mindfulness. Generally speaking, the way of the warrior is resolute acceptance of death. Miyamoto Musashi. Miyamoto Musashi, in his seminal work The Book of Five Rings, delves into the ethos of the warrior, or Bushido. The phrase "the way of the warrior is resolute acceptance of death" encapsulates the stark reality and the mental discipline that governed the life of a samurai. This acceptance of death is not a morbid fixation but a means to live fully and without fear. By acknowledging the inevitability of death, a warrior frees himself from the paralyzing fear of dying, which in turn allows for complete concentration and dedication to the task at hand, whether in battle or in daily endeavors. This mindset fosters a clarity of purpose and a commitment to act honorably and with integrity, as if each moment could be one's last. In a broader philosophical sense, Musashi's words speak to the importance of living in the present and committing oneself fully to one's path, or way, without the distraction of fear. This principle can transcend the martial world, inspiring anyone to tackle the challenges of life with courage, resolve, and the understanding that our time is finite and precious. Think lightly of yourself and deeply of the world. Miyamoto Musashi. This aphorism, also attributed to Miyamoto Musashi, encapsulates a worldview that values humility and a thoughtful consideration of one's place within the larger context of society and the natural world. It suggests a philosophy of selflessness and a focus on the broader impact of one's actions rather than on personal gain or self-importance. The phrase "think lightly of yourself" encourages modesty and the avoidance of egocentrism. It implies that one should not be overly preoccupied with one's own desires, status, or ego. This is not to suggest that one should think poorly of oneself, but rather to maintain a sense of humility. Deeply of the world implies a deep consideration and understanding of the complexities and interdependencies of life. It advocates for a compassionate and empathetic outlook, an awareness of others' experiences, and a commitment to contribute positively to society and the environment. Musashi's advice resonates with the concept of self-transcendence, where finding one's purpose in the larger scheme of things leads to a more fulfilling life. It encourages a balance between self-care and altruism, suggesting that by serving the greater good, one also finds deeper personal satisfaction and meaning. Do not let the body be dragged along by mind, nor be dragged along by the body. Miyamoto Musashi. This quote from Miyamoto Musashi speaks to the concept of balance and control between the mind and the body. He suggests that one should neither be entirely led by their intellectual impulses nor completely driven by their physical desires. Instead, there should be a harmonious relationship where the mind and body are in alignment, each acting as a check and balance for the other. In the context of martial arts, this balance is essential for achieving mastery. The mind must be clear, strategic, and focused, not clouded by emotion or distraction. The body must be trained, responsive, and disciplined, not hindered by laziness or impulsiveness. Applied to broader life philosophy, Musashi's words encourage self-mastery and inner discipline. They suggest that one should strive for a disciplined mind, capable of rational thought and free from the whims of passing emotions or desires. At the same time, one should respect and care for the body, recognizing its needs and heeding its warnings, but not allowing physical urges to dominate one's actions. Ultimately, Musashi advocates for a unified self, where mental and physical aspects are integrated and operate in concert, which is a state that can lead to greater effectiveness, contentment, and overall well-being. Study strategy over the years and achieve the spirit of the warrior. Miyamoto Musashi. Miyamoto Musashi's quote reflects the deep connection between dedicated study and the cultivation of the warrior's spirit. He regarded the study of strategy not just as a means to win battles, but as a lifelong pursuit that shapes the character and spirit of the individual. The spirit of the warrior, or Bushido, in this context is about more than martial prowess. It encompasses honor, discipline, ethical behavior, and a philosophical approach to life. By studying strategy over the years, one commits to a path of continuous improvement and learning, not only in the technical aspects of martial arts, but also in the mental and spiritual disciplines that enable one to face adversity with courage and composure. Musashi's encouragement to achieve the spirit of the warrior through the study of strategy implies that the true essence of being a warrior is found in the ongoing process of growth and self-mastery. This process of discipline, study, and application of strategic principles to all areas of life allows one to develop the wisdom, foresight, and inner strength that characterize the ideal warrior. In a broader sense, this philosophy can be applied to any field or endeavor. It suggests that a deep, reflective, and consistent approach to learning and self-improvement can lead to the development of a strong and resilient character capable of facing the challenges of life with the spirit of a warrior. If you wish to control others, you must first control yourself. Miyamoto Musashi. The quote from Miyamoto Musashi centers on the principle of self-mastery as a prerequisite for influencing or leading others. It suggests that before one can expect to exert authority or control externally, one must exhibit discipline and control over their own thoughts, emotions, and actions. In the context of martial arts, a lack of self-control can lead to overextension, loss of focus, or succumbing to fear and anger, all of which can be exploited by an opponent. Similarly, in leadership and interpersonal relationships, self-control establishes credibility and respect, which are essential for effective guidance and influence. Self-mastery involves developing patience, emotional intelligence, and the ability to make decisions with clarity and integrity. It is a continuous process that requires introspection, learning from experiences, and adapting one's behavior accordingly. Musashi's philosophy transcends the battlefield and is applicable to various aspects of life, including personal development, professional leadership, and social interactions. It underscores the idea that the foundation of true leadership is rooted in one's ability to govern oneself. Only when you have achieved discipline and control within can you hope to successfully manage and lead others. Control your anger. If you hold anger toward others, they have control over you. Your opponent can dominate and defeat you if you allow him to get irritated. Miyamoto Musashi. Miyamoto Musashi's advice on anger is a testament to his deep understanding of human nature and the psychology of conflict. He recognizes that anger can be a significant weakness, especially in a confrontation. When you allow anger to dictate your actions, you become predictable and lose the strategic advantage, both in martial arts and in life situations. The notion that holding anger toward others gives them control over you is based on the idea that your emotional response can be manipulated by an adversary. If an opponent knows that they can provoke anger, they can use it to their advantage, disrupting your focus, clouding your judgment, and leading you to make mistakes. Musashi's counsel to control your anger is a call for emotional self-regulation. By maintaining composure, one retains clear thinking and can act from a place of strategy rather than reaction. This principle is essential for martial artists, who must keep a calm mind to respond effectively to their opponent's moves, but it is equally vital in everyday interactions where anger can compromise personal and professional relationships and impede problem solving. Ultimately, Musashi teaches that mastery over one's emotions is a form of strength and a key aspect of the warrior's path, which involves cultivating patience, resilience, and mental fortitude. This approach leads to empowerment and the ability to navigate challenges with a level head, thus maintaining control over oneself and the situation at hand. When you attain the way of strategy, there will not be one thing you cannot see. You must study hard. Miyamoto Musashi. This quote by Miyamoto Musashi emphasizes the comprehensive vision and insight that one can achieve through dedicated study and mastery of strategy. The way of strategy refers to a deep understanding of the principles and tactics of martial arts, which Musashi believed could be applied broadly to life beyond the confines of combat. To attain the way of strategy is to cultivate a mindset that perceives the underlying patterns, dynamics, and structures within various situations. It's about developing the ability to anticipate outcomes, understand the intentions of others, and make informed decisions. When Musashi states that there will not be one thing you cannot see, he is suggesting that with such mastery, one can become acutely aware of the subtleties and nuances in any given scenario. The final directive, "You must study hard," is an acknowledgement that this level of understanding does not come easily. It requires dedication, persistence, and rigorous practice. Musashi's own life, dedicated to perfecting his martial arts technique and strategy, is a testament to this ethos. In broader terms, this quote encourages relentless pursuit of knowledge and skill in one's chosen field. It suggests that by doing so, one develops a heightened level of awareness and understanding, not just of the specific discipline, but of the world at large. The way of strategy becomes a metaphor for a way of engaging with the world that is thoughtful, informed, and deeply perceptive. The true science of martial arts means practicing them in such a way that they will be useful at any time. Miyamoto Musashi. Miyamoto Musashi's view of martial arts as a true science highlights the practical and adaptable nature of these disciplines. His philosophy suggests that martial arts should not be practiced merely for show, tradition, or as a sport, but rather in a manner that prepares the practitioner for real-world situations where their skills might be necessary. The phrase "useful at any time" underscores the importance of readiness and the ability to apply martial arts techniques effectively in various circumstances, including self-defense or the protection of others. This utility extends beyond physical confrontations. The principles learned through martial arts, such as discipline, focus, and strategic thinking, can be applied to many of life's challenges. Musashi's emphasis on practicality also speaks to the need for adaptability in technique and mindset. The true science involves understanding the underlying principles that make the techniques work and being able to adapt them to the situation at hand, rather than being rigidly bound to specific forms or traditions. By referring to martial arts as a science, Musashi aligns the practice with systematic study, observation, and application. It's a process of continual learning and refinement with the aim of achieving not only effective technique, but also a deeper wisdom that can be applied throughout one's life. If you know the way broadly, you will see it in everything. Miyamoto Musashi. This statement by Miyamoto Musashi reflects a profound philosophical understanding that transcends the strict boundaries of martial arts and applies to the broader pursuit of knowledge and wisdom. When Musashi speaks of knowing the way broadly, he's referring to the deep comprehension of principles that govern not only martial arts but also life itself. The way, often referred to as do in Japanese, as in Bushido for the way of the warrior or Kendo for the way of the sword, is a path of discipline, learning, and moral conduct. In essence, Musashi suggests that when one deeply understands the core principles of their discipline, whether it be martial arts, painting, calligraphy, or any other pursuit, those principles will begin to manifest in every aspect of life. The lessons learned in one's dedicated field of study provide a lens through which all experiences can be interpreted. For instance, the patience and precision required in martial arts could also apply to how one conducts business, engages in personal relationships, or approaches problem solving. By advising us to know the way broadly, Musashi encourages us to look beyond the surface techniques and to grasp the underlying essence of our practice. It is this essence that can then be applied universally, enriching our understanding and interaction with the world around us. The result is a harmonious integration of one's practice with one's life, creating a seamless unity of action and thought. Do nothing which is of no use. Miyamoto Musashi. Miyamoto Musashi's directive to do nothing which is of no use is a call for purposeful action and efficiency. It reflects a minimalist philosophy where every movement, decision, and effort should have meaning and contribute to the desired outcome. In the context of martial arts, this means that every strike, block, and maneuver must have strategic significance and should not be wasted. This principle can be applied to broader life contexts as well. 1. Time management. Spend your time on activities that add value to your life or help you progress towards your goals. Avoid actions that waste time or do not contribute to your development. 2. Decision making. Make decisions that have a clear purpose and benefit. Avoid decisions that do not serve a practical function or that lead to unnecessary complications. 3. Resource utilization. Use resources, including materials, finances, and energy, wisely and effectively. Avoid squandering resources on things that do not bring you closer to your objectives. 4. Relationships and social interactions. Engage in relationships and interactions that are meaningful and enriching. Avoid those that are superficial or detrimental to your well-being. 5. Work and productivity. Focus on tasks and projects that align with your goals and have a clear benefit. Avoid busy work that occupies time without producing useful results. Musashi's emphasis on utility encourages us to continuously evaluate our actions and choices, asking whether they serve a purpose or contribute to our overarching goals. It's an invitation to streamline our lives by cutting out the superfluous and focusing on what truly matters. 1,000 Days of Lessons for Discipline, 10,000 Days of Lessons for Mastery. Miyamoto Musashi. Miyamoto Musashi's statement quantifies the progression from discipline to mastery, highlighting the temporal commitment to skill acquisition. The initial 1,000 days establish the habitual rigor necessary for competence. Mastery, however, demands a tenfold increase, reinforcing that proficiency is merely a waypoint, not the terminus. The exponential increase from discipline to mastery underscores the depth of practice required for profound expertise, where incremental improvements become less visible yet more significant. This numeric metaphor conveys the importance of perseverance beyond competence. It suggests that mastery is less about talent and more about the resilience to continue improving amidst diminishing returns. Insights gleaned here include the understanding that the journey to mastery is arduous and often imperceptible, requiring sustained dedication. The conclusion is stark. Mastery is a marathon without a finish line, demanding unwavering commitment to perpetual growth.